Hello guys, welcome to my channel where we try our best to make as much progress as possible staying here in Korea. Now apparently more and more people are learning English through so-called 전화영어, phone English. For example, you can sign up for a 20-minute long phone class once a week or twice a week, and all you gotta do is picking up the phone and that's it. It's very convenient. However, you might be pretty much confused about what phone English service you need to take because there are tons of services out there. For example, there are 민병철, there are YBM, Pagoda, the list goes on. So in today's video, on behalf of you, I'm going to organize 3 things you need to take into consideration when signing up for a phone English. Let's get straight into it. Number 1, do they set up a certain topic? The last thing you want to do when signing up for a phone class is so-called pre-talking. Free talking. You don't want to talk about random stuff coming across your mind on the fly without having any decided topic. Probably you might think that free talking is easier than any other services, any other curriculums, because basically you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. However, I can speak from my personal experience that it's quite the opposite. If you just talk with your tutor over the phone, without any decided topic, then you surely will face either of 2 problems. One is that you'll end up with high probability, repeatedly saying the same thing over and over again because you don't have a chosen topic. Every time you pick up the phone, then you repeat the same questions like, how are you doing? What did you do last night? What are you gonna eat tonight? You can never ever make any progress by asking those kind of questions over and over again. Furthermore, talking about those topics and those conversations must sound very boring and tame. The other problem that you're gonna deal with when you don't have a specific topic or subject, which is like even worse than the first point, is you barely talk. In other words, you barely practice speaking English. Free talking does not really mean that I can talk about various topics. It usually leads to the situation where you think, oh, I don't know what I have to talk about. Let's think about it. Even when you talk within in Korean, it's very hard to continue the last conversation if you don't have a certain topic or given topic. You don't know what you have to talk about. There will not be much talk about, and soon you would run out of what to say. In this regard, you'd better pick a service that has a list of prepared topics, prepared subjects. Example, Pagoda 전화영어 that I took in the past. I did that to, as an experiment to get another insights about learning English more effectively. Anyway, Pagoda 전화영어, as far as I remember, if my memory is right, did have a set of a list of questions on each class, on each time that I have a class with a tutor over the phone. By the way, don't get me wrong, I'm not sponsored by Pagoda 전화영어 or any other services in this video. By discussing a certain topic that is given to you before class, instead of talking about random stuff like free talking, you can really prepare what you're gonna say, what you're gonna talk about on the next class, which also allows you to a lot more during class. On top of that, discussing unfamiliar topics or unfamiliar contents or subjects kind of forces you to use grammar, new grammar, unfamiliar grammar, and unfamiliar expressions and words you wouldn't really use otherwise, which also helps your English level up one step forward. Let me say it again because it's really important. You cannot ever improve your speaking skills if you repeat speaking the same thing over and over again. Number 2, you need to take into consideration when signing for a phone class is you need to not only get a list of prepared questions, but also reading materials, especially related to topics that they give to you. We are mistaken that our English is getting better and better automatically and quite naturally if we keep speaking over the time, but it's only half true. Now, why is that? It's because if you keep speaking without listening to English or reading English materials, which is input, you'd end up either once again speaking the same thing over and over again, which does lead to nowhere, or not being able to express or speak what you have in your mind as Korean language, Hangul, because you don't know English grammar or you don't know English expressions or words that are necessary for speaking the sentence. For example, let's just assume that today's phone English topic is your favorite sports, and then regarding that topic, you want to say 저 예전에 축구하다가 쥐났어요. But how could you speak 다리에 쥐났다 in English? Before studying what is 쥐났다 in English, before reading about reading material that explains like 쥐났다 or 피곤하다, 다리 다쳤다. No matter how hard try on the phone at that moment, unless you study the input, unless you study 다리에 쥐났다 in English, which is I've got a cramp on my leg, you can't really say 다리에 쥐났다 in English. That's why I believe we need to read an article or listen to a video related to the topic you talk about on the next class. And before picking up the phone, I think you better read an article or read a reading material and acquire and learn new expressions there and try to put them into use while talking on the phone. Lastly, number 3 that you need to consider when signing up for a phone class is the cheaper the better. As long as true requirements that I mentioned before are met, then I think any English phone service is good to go. But here, I want to add one more. To film this video, I did some research and I found out there is a weird price discrimination. Generally speaking, you need to pay more for class with American tutors or Canadian tutors than for class with Filipino tutors or Malaysian tutors. Honestly, in my opinion, there's no point of paying extra money for having American or Canadian tutors. I'd rather, elongate or make like the class time longer from, let's say, 20 minutes to 30 minutes with that extra money. I have 2 reasons. In fact, I have more than 2 reasons, but just let me leave other reasons for the next video for the sake of short video time. Number 1, regardless of countries that tutors are from, I believe all the tutors that are registered in phone English, their English is good enough to teach you. Otherwise, they wouldn't be hired in the first place. Number 2, even if English skills differ depending on where tutors come from, which could possibly happen, I still believe that it doesn't really matter. Keep in mind that it's not a tutor who should practice speaking English, but it's you who should talk most. In other words, actually, the less a tutor speaks, the better it is for you because you have more opportunities, you have a longer time to practice speaking English. I believe a tutor's role should be restricted to listening to your English and sometimes giving feedback, because a tutor speaking right now means you losing an opportunity to practice speaking English. You might think that you're gonna copy and emulate and mimic what your tutor speaks on the phone, therefore American tutors are better and it's worth paying more. Although it seems very true on the surface, seemingly, but I'd argue that based on my personal experience, it's not true at all. Back in university, I took many English classes and most of classes were taught by professors from UK, US, Canada. At that time, I also had an expectation, like a vague expectation that someday I would be able to speak what professors spoke because I'm now exposed to their perfect English. But copying their English or speaking English that someone spoke in class just didn't simply happen. In other words, we learn and copy someone's English by listening to them way less than we thought. Furthermore, you're not taking class for improving your listening skills. Your primary goal here, the reason why you pay your precious money is to improve your speaking skills. If you want to improve your listening skills, then you can go to YouTube and you can find tons of videos there. To put it bluntly, the best possible prospect of phone English for you is it's only you who speak for 10 minutes to your tutor just listen to you silent from their side, because it means that you practice that much, that long, that intensively, that passionately. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you found this video helpful and interesting as well. And by the way, if you have had phone English, if you have used phone English to improve your speaking skills, then please leave how you use them, or do you have any unique ways to make good use of phone English? Please leave them all down in the comment box below. I'm really glad to check out those comments. Okay, until the next video, take care, and I'll be back soon. Bye bye.